Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jackie and I love to do hauls. Some makeup looks, some fashion inspo, some car vlogs. If that's something you'd be interested, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. Join the fam. Everybody else, thank you so much for coming back. I'm gonna cut into what I put up this weekend. Good morning. So I'm heading out to work, but I wanted to show you my tree. I did do, let me turn you around. So I did the tree. I need to pick up some big red balls to fill in a little bit. I'm not done. I haven't put out the skirt. But I also just did like gold. I did my chargers over by the window, because I had to move my plant over. So I moved the table that was there here, and I just have this cone that I had gotten from Burlington. I put a little bit of stuff here. I'm looking for those big leaves like this that I can put. That's what I did here. Let me see. So here I put a Santa Claus, some little flowers, a little bird, a little tree. This my son painted when he was in elementary, so I always put it up. And then I have my twinkly lights, but I also put these here. So I got an email that my curtains got delayed, so I did this. I just put these two little bowls. I put some white, put some little snowflakes. Don't mind this, my husband was laying here. And then over here, I have this little arrangement. I have my little snow thing here. I have a little nutcracker, a little Santa Claus, and that is the tree. I love how it looks. I just feel like it needs a couple of big bowls filled in. So the bathroom curtains did come in, and I love how it looks. It just looks so nice, so vibrant. I just hope that the ones for the living room come like this. But yeah. In the entryway, I only did this. I put like the little puffs. I put a little bit of leaves, a little owl, just to, you know, give it a little something. I want to get some twinkly lights for here and see how that looks. Okay, so as you saw, I put up my tree. Now, I was going to film it, pero I had the music on, I was drinking some coffee, I was jumping around, you know, I did laundry. I just wanted a calm thing. I didn't want to feel pressure of this don't look right, this don't look right. I wanted to do it the way I'm going to do it, and that was it. So, Saturday, I was off. My husband had to work, and my son was home. So I got up as soon as I heard the garage door close, because he's always like, sleep, try to sleep. I can't sleep. I don't sleep. Like, I don't sleep. So as soon as I heard the garage doors, I jumped up. I went, I brushed my teeth, I put on a bra, I put on some leggings, a t-shirt, because I didn't want to stay in the pajamas. You know, sometimes if you stay in your pajamas, you're just like, I'll do this another time. So I actually I was like, let me get dressed, let me, you know. And I started to clean the dining room table, right? I polished it and everything, because I was going to put the tablecloth. And then I was like, let me start doing stuff. Now, the bathroom curtains came in for my son's bathroom, and I love it. It's so vibrant. It's beautiful. Like, the color is there. And I'm glad that it says Merry Christmas and not, you know, Merry Shememeka. Because sometimes, you know, the wording is not spelled right. It's supposed to say Merry Christmas, but it won't. It'll say something else. I'm glad it said it, you know. So I did the dining room. I sprayed it. I cleaned it. But I like to let that polish dry a little bit. So then I went to the bathroom and I took down the curtains. And then I wiped down the toilet and the sink and, you know, around the edge. Because behind the curtain is glass. So I still need to, like, wipe down the glass and stuff. So I did that. And then I put it up and I was like, woo! So I was like, okay. But I don't have a Christmassy soap dispenser. Right now, the skull is still there. So it's, you know, it's coming along. And I was like, I should run to Dollar Tree and just get like a little Christmas soap dispenser or whatever. But I was like, no, I got other things I need to do. Like, if I walk out, you know. So I put the curtain up. I put a little red hand towel, you know, for Christmas. And I need the soap dispenser and a couple of little leaves, Christmassy kind of picks and stuff to put. But I do love the bathroom. And then I wanted the dining room to be simple. So I went with the white and gold little specks tablecloth, the gold charger, the sparkly placemat, and my white vase. I had moved everything. I vacuumed, I mopped, and then I was like, because I wasn't gonna bring the tree up, I was like, I'll do everything else except that. But then I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. Now tomorrow I'm off because tomorrow's a holiday, and I could have did all this stuff tomorrow, but I was like, nope. So my son got up and was like, and I was like, good morning, good morning. I'd already put the bathroom stuff up. So then I had wiped down the kitchen. I changed the towels, the kitchen towels, to the ones I have with the candy cane, and it says Christmas Factory or something like that, company. My sister ended up wanting the gingerbread towels, so I gave her those. I put my little mat under my coffee station. I made myself another cup of coffee, and I was just like, so then I was listening to Christmas music, and I was like, yeah. I put the Spanish ones on, and I was like, you know, yes, yes. So I put up the tree. But because a lot of the bins are in the shed, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I got to go through those bins because a lot of the stuff in there I do think I'm going to get rid of. And some of the stuff I just want to, you know, condense into what I have in the house and not have those outside. Because I told you guys about those field mice. So I put the tree up. I need to get a skirt because, you know, the skirt that we have, which is a white fuzzy one, Sammy was always messing with it, so it's ripped in a couple of places, like she scratched it, and, you know, or her nails got stuck, or I don't know. But I want something nice. I just don't know what I want, because like this year I did all the colors, right? Last year I did all the blues, and the year before that I wanted a white. So I want something that'll go with everything, you know. So I need a skirt. I need some jumbo balls to fill in, and then there's a couple of things I need. But the other thing is, I got a call from some guy, and he was like, hi, I have your package, but the mail place was closed. So I said to him, okay, well, you know, you have to come back tomorrow or Monday or whatever. So he was like, oh no. Like that. Oh no. So I'm like, oh no, what? And he said, I'm gonna have to call dispatch. Okay, you call dispatch because you're not just gonna leave this shit anywhere. And that is what he did. So then I get a text, your package was delivered. How was it delivered? So I look, and the photo is a mailbox. I know what mailbox it is because it's where my job's mail goes. It's a whole stack of mailboxes, and they shoved it into one of them. So I'm like, so I did a review, and I said I got my stuff. The mailman called, and he said blah blah blah, and they just threw the package anywhere. This is not the first time this has happened. You know, I like the merchandise, but the delivery service sucks. They throw your packages anywhere, and they add a photo, and boom, they think that's fine. You know, the last time I had the issue was they left it at the Chinese spot, and the restaurant people were like, no, we told them this is not ours, and they were like, oh, we have a picture. You got a picture of her telling you no, like, which is what aggravates me. The point of me having a P.O. box is that it's safely put into my box, not tirado in the street like yesterday's flyers, you know? So I'm just like, I don't know, man. So I'm gonna go now and check, because that's gotta be my curtains, the kitchen little curtain, and it's flat, you know, so they just bend it and shoved it in. But I'm like, ugh. So if it is the curtains, then I'm gonna change the curtains when I get home, because I like it, but I really don't like the two flowers. Like, I don't know, it just looked weird. It looked nice when I first tried to gather it, and then they went boop. So I don't know. But yeah, that's how I spent my weekend, Christmas decorating. And then my husband was texting me, and he FaceTimed me. So I went to the bathroom, and then I sat on the toilet, and I was like, what? And he's like, oh, let me call you. So then I got up and I walked out, and you know, I didn't want him to see what I was doing, you know. So he's like, what are you doing? So I was like, I was using the bathroom. So he's like, you want to go to Texas Roadhouse? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, when I get there, I'll text you to come down. So I was like, all right. So I continued to do it. I had finished everything. I did laundry. I finished everything I was going to do. And then he texted me and he said, come down. So I turned off the tree, right? Por si acaso. So he's like, what'd you do all day? So I was like, I relaxed. I slept in. I relaxed. He was like, you don't know how to lie. You're not even good at it, he says, right? So I'm like, I slept. And he was like, yeah, right. So then he's like, you know, I saw something when I was coming down. So I was like, what did you see? He said, like, some lights. So it's probably the kitchen, you know, the twinkly lights in the kitchen. He was like, I don't think so. So as we're driving past, he's like looking at the house, and he's like, you know, it's too soon, right? I said, it's too soon for what? Nobody did nothing. Like, of course it's too soon. Why would I be decorating in November? Like, so he was like, so, yeah, that is how it went. And I wanted to film, but I wanted to be peaceful. I jumped onto the kitchen, I jumped to the bathroom, I jumped to the dining room, I went downstairs. It was gonna look kind of choppy, and then I'd be like, oh, I gotta film again. Let me go back upstairs. Oh, I gotta go film. Let me go downstairs. You know, and I didn't want that. I wanted to be peaceful. Then I jumped onto the iPad. I was on Instagram. I saw that Ashley Alvarez put up her tree, and I was like, oh man, I should have filmed, but I was like, no. Yo estoy tranquila, relax, having my coffee, jumping here, jumping there. Pero once it's all set, I'll show you guys. Then yesterday, this was on Saturday. Sunday, I started to change my room around, right? And I said to my husband, I want to move the shelving this way. He's like, do you know how much work that is? You have to take all the furniture out, and then you got to take all the clothes out, and then I got to pop the stuff and move it over. I'm watching my game. So I was like, that's fine. That's fine. So I am that woman that I am, you know, ladylike, Pero when I want to do something, I become Hercules. So I was like, you're right. You're right. We're going to pick this up in a minute. Okay. So it's the end of the day. I'm leaving work. And I went to the dentist during lunch. I had to do my cleaning. And I hate that dentist. I've already told you guys how much I hate that place. But I gotta go back tomorrow because they found a little cavity. And then, I don't know if I told y'all that I went in to get these wisdom teeth taken out. I went to get one wisdom tooth taken out. And they ended up taking both, right? But the medicine they gave me for the pain, I was hearing voices. I was hearing, and I would get up and I would look around and I was just like, what is that noise? And at the time I lived in the Bronx, so I would open the door and look in the hallway and I was like, what is that? Like, what the hell? So I took the pills one day. It didn't really do nothing. Absolutely nothing. I took it a second day and I was still hearing the voices. And then the second day, I felt like I was floating. So I was like, no, man, no. So I went back to the dentist and I said to her, listen, this isn't doing anything, but I'm hearing voices. So I don't want this. And so she was like, I'm going to give you something else. She gave me something else. And that, I felt like I was in the air. And I was like, no, nope. So anyways, the point of that is that when I went today, the dentist was like, you have one wisdom tooth over here that has to come out. Do you want to make an appointment for that? And I was like, no, I don't want to. So the cavity is in between those two teeth, right? So I was like, no, you're gonna do the filling for the cavity, so I gotta go tomorrow for that. But I'm not looking to pull no teeth. I don't want to have to do something like that right now. Maybe next year. So he was like, I'm gonna put it on your chart, and in case you change your mind. I'm not gonna change my mind. I ain't pulling out no teeth. So then I had forgotten my phone this morning, so I ran home, grabbed the phone, and then went to work. So I didn't even have lunch. I'm starving. But anyways, so I was telling you guys that I moved my room around again, right? And how my husband was like, no, not today, no, not today. I was not going to wait, because I'll do it myself. So I ended up taking all the clothes off my rack, right? And I wanted to do it like a L, right? But then I was kind of like, that's really not what I want. What I want is put my desk by the window. So I moved it. I took everything out. I took my time. I lifted this. I lifted that. I moved this. I moved that. And when I move stuff, I don't take stuff off. So the shelving, I was like, I did the same with my desk. I was not about to start taking everything out. So I put the desk by the window, and I didn't like it because next to me would be my shoe wall, which means I kind of feel like I'm constantly gonna be like, you on top of me. So then I moved my cube unit over to the window side, and then I put my desk, and then I didn't like that side, so I put my two drawers against the wall and then I put my mirror on the wall, on the shelf against the wall, and then I have my desk with all my stuff, my perfumes and stuff, which I was loving how it looked. But this morning when I was getting ready, I kind of feel like I need a little bit of light here, and I have all this light here, so I feel like there's like a shadow. Pero my husband was like, You okay? So I said to him, stop asking me if I'm okay because you didn't want to do it, so I'll do it myself. If something breaks, it breaks. And he was like, so then I would hear him walking over, and I had everything by the door blocking. So he was like eating his chips. What you doing? I'm gonna leave it just like that. This is the look. This is the look. And he was like, this is not the look. You can't even come out the room. So I was like, but I moved the room around. I don't know. Like, I like it, but this side feels a little dark. This side has all the light. During the day, I could see, I get it, like I see the vision I had. The other thing was that I moved it, but I didn't move anything from the top. So the stuff that was facing me, now it's behind. So I gotta move things to the front. I think I'm gonna move the shoes this side and put all the bags over there because this one is bigger. And then I can have everything lined up. I can see what I have. I need to get a step stool, like a big step stool, not a little foldy one, like something that has at least 2 steps, you know, so I can reach up there, get my boots and do all that. So I still have to do that. I was going to show you guys this morning, but I was like, no. And then I showed you guys the Christmas decor that I did. And my curtains came in. So I told you this morning how that dumbass put the package in some random box. I don't know. I love Shein stuff. You know, I like a lot of Temu stuff, but their delivery service sucks. You know, he's called me to say the place was closed. Take it back. Bring it back tomorrow. No, you stick it in a random mailbox. Luckily, it was in the bank's mailbox, you know, because I started opening all the mailboxes and I found it in ours. But listen, come on. The last time I had to go to the apartments up the street to get it. Now you stick it in some random box, like. But I got my curtains, so I hope everything is in here. I have the sala curtains, the kitchen one, and I think that's it because the bathroom one came that I showed you this morning in the bathroom. So we're gonna see. Tomorrow I'm off, but I gotta go to the dentist. But I'm gonna get up at like 6 o'clock anyways, and I'll probably do that because it's already 5:30. I'm heading home. I'm about to start cooking because I'm starving. And maybe tomorrow I'll do it in peace, you know, because my husband will be at work. He's not off tomorrow, and I can just look at it and move stuff around and not hear, you moving it again? Why are you moving it again? Oh my God, how many times are you gonna move? I don't want to hear that. So yeah, I'm heading home to do all of that. We'll probably pick up tomorrow. If not, once everything is up. Oh, I have some pillowcases here. That too. Once everything is done, I'll give you guys a little tour. And then tomorrow I can work on my boots up there and see if I move things around. So, yeah. That is how this weekend went. I cleaned up. I put the tree up. I changed some decor. And then I moved my beauty room around. Now, I work today. Tomorrow I'm off for Veterans Day, and I'll do that. I'm gonna try to film a little bit, but you know, it's kind of a pain to be moving the camera back and forth to try to show you guys. So we'll see what we do. If not, I'm gonna end this here, and I will see you guys in the next one, which will be kind of like a whole look of everything. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I know we spent the whole vlog in the car, but oh my God, let me show you something. Do you see all this leaves? My husband is gonna lose his mind, because he had cleaned up. Let me see. Let's go down. He had cleaned up all these leaves. Well, maybe it's only up there, but as you can see, he had cleaned up the leaves and stuff. But there's, oh my God, he's gonna be like, look at this shit, look at it. Okay, so I'm gonna end this here. I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give it a like, share, all that jazz, and I'll see you probably tomorrow, because what I'm thinking also is that I want to go to Burlington after the dentist. We'll see, because it's supposed to be for a reason tomorrow, so we'll see.